Hey, it's Andreas. I've been investing for over 10 years. In today's video, let's talk about who's better for the stock market. Is it the Republicans or is it the Democrats? There was an election in America just a few weeks ago, recording this before, and now I think way after it's good to do some commentary regardless of who won. I did some analysis on this way back in the day. I imported a data set into a software for statistical analysis, and I just wanted to share quickly some of the findings that I did back then, purely regarding performance. Alright? And it comes to no surprise that it really depends on what interval of time that you set from the data set. So you can get either one of these results. But to be fair and just doing the average analysis there, it was slightly higher for Republicans. But hold your horses. Correlation does not mean causation. What do you mean with this, Andreas? Well, just because the sun all of a sudden get more sunspots, that does not mean that the increase in some other stuff on Earth, is related to that. It's the same with the data set in this case. If we add more variables, we find some interesting potential findings. I say potential because, as with all data, it's always open to interpretation. For example, one very interesting finding that I think can have some value for us as investors, and this is the bonus for those of you who stuck around to this part of the video, is that the best performance was actually when the president and the Senate was of opposite parties. I repeat, the best stock market performance was actually when the Senate and the presidency was of opposite political parties, regardless of if it was a Democrat or a Republican in the presidency, just as long as the other party was in the Senate. And why is this? Well, we can do some conclusions, we have to speculate here on why this can be, and one of the reasons could be that the big disagreement here means that there can't be a lot of decisions pushed through politically, so we're gonna see less changes in regulations and just less changes overall. And this is great for business and great for investors. What do I always say on this channel? Well, investors hate uncertainty. What does happen when a company withdraws guidance? Well, we see the stock tank, just like with Estee Lauder on the recent quarterly earnings. And we saw big gains when companies increased security. For example, when Porch Group did the reinsurance, when they signed up for that reciprocal exchange. So investors hate unsecurity. And with different parties in charge of different instances, in this case, we get less change and more security for investors. This is just a theory. As with all data, it's open to interpretation, and you can just get basically any result you want. That's why I never put any weight on what I see in newspapers, polls, in articles even, because probably some academic guy got a nice bonus to write for, either way. And as a company, you can also sponsor this research to make sure that it shows whatever agenda you want, whatever market size for, the company. So we have to take this statistics with a big grain of salt. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it provided some value for you regarding a framework of thoughts with regards to this situation. But as investors in general, I would say don't put too much focus on this macro. There's a whole lot more to be gained from looking at just the income statement and the balance sheet of the companies, and buying companies that has sound growth and where you see great potential for growth in the market. There's a product fit, this kind of thing. Especially if you work in a sector and you find a product that's amazing, and then you do some research on who actually makes this product or service, you find out it's a smaller cap company. That's when you can find the amazing growth, as described in, for example, Peter Lynch's book one up on Wall Street. Alright, that's been it for this video, and as always, hope you guys make a ton of money, whatever investments you decide to make. Take care now, bye bye.